From what location are the first computer instructions available on boot up? A. ROM BIOS. B. CPU. C. boot.ini. D. config.sys. The correct answer is ROM BIOS. What could cause a fixed disk error? A. No CD installed. B. Bad RAM. C. Slow processor. D. Incorrect CMOS settings. The correct answer is incorrect CMOS settings. Missing slot covers on a computer can cause A. Overheat. B. Power surges. C. EMI. D. Incomplete path for ESD. The correct answer is overheat. When installing PCI NICS, you can check the IRQ availability by looking at A. DIP switches. B. config.sys. C. Jumper settings. D. Motherboard BIOS. The correct answer is Motherboard BIOS. With respect to a network interface card, the term 10100 refers to A. Protocol speed. B. A fiber speed. C. Megabits per seconds. D. Minimum and maximum server speed. The correct answer is megabits per seconds. Which motherboard form factor uses 120 pin connector? A. ATX. B. AT. C. Baby AT. D. All of the above. The correct answer is ATX. A hard disk is divided into tracks which are further subdivided into A. clusters. B. sectors. C. vectors. D. heads. The correct answer is sectors. A wrist grounding strap contains which of the following? A. surge protector. B. capacitor. C. voltmeter. D. resistor. The correct answer is resistor. Which standard govern parallel communications? A. Rupees 232. B. Rupees 232A. C. Cat5. D. IEEE 1284. The correct answer is IEEE 1284. In laser printer technology, what happens during the conditioning stage? A. The corona wire places a uniform positive charge on the paper. B. A uniform negative charge is placed on the photosensitive drum. C. A uniform negative charge is placed on the toner. D. All of the above. The correct answer is a uniform negative charge is placed on the photosensitive drum. What product is used to clean smudged keys on a keyboard? A. TMC solvent. B. Silicone spray. C. Denatured alcohol. D. All-purpose cleaner. The correct answer is all-purpose cleaner. ESD would cause the most damage to which component? A. Power supply. B. Expansion board. C. Monitor. D. Keyboard. The correct answer is expansion board. To view any currently running Terminate Stay Resident TSRS programs, you could type A. Memory. B. MEM. C. SysM. D. MayMaker. The correct answer is MEM. Which type of system board is the most likely candidate for processor upgrading if you want maximum performance and future compatibility? A. ML. B. PCI. C. ISA. D. ESA. The correct answer is PCI. Suppose that you have the maintenance package identifies several possible field replaceable units FRUs that will resolve the problem. What should you do after turning the power off? A. Replace the indicated parts one at a time in the recommended sequence until the problem is resolved. Return unused FRUs to stock. B. Replace all of the indicated FRUs at once and return the machine to the customer if the problem is resolved. C. Follow the same procedure as in A's. Replace the system board first if it is on the list of possible FRUs. If multiple FRUs are indicated, then software is the most likely source of the problem. D. None of the above. The correct answer is: replace the indicated parts one at a time in the recommended sequence until the problem is resolved. Return unused FRUs to stock. Which peripheral port provides the fastest throughput to laser printers? A. Rs 232. B. SCSI. C. Parallel. D. Serial. The correct answer is parallel. The mouse pointer moves erratically. What is the possible cause? The mouse. A. Ball is dirty. B. Is not connected. C. Driver is not installed properly. D. Has an incorrect IRQ setting. The correct answer is ball is dirty. Voltage is measured: A. in parallel. B. in series. C. after breaking the circuit. D. after checking resistance. The correct answer is in parallel. Your customer tells you the print quality of their dot matrix printer is light then dark. Which of the following could cause the problem? A. Paper slippage. B. Improper ribbon advancement. C. Paper thickness. D. Head position. The correct answer is improper ribbon advancement. The 34-pin connection on an I/O card is for: A. floppy drive. B. SCSI drive. C. IDE drive. D. zip drive. The correct answer is floppy drive. The terms red book, yellow book, and orange book refer to: A. SCSI. B. IDE. C. floppy drive technology. D. CD-ROM standards. The correct answer is CD-ROM standards. On the 16-bit ISA bus, IRQ2 is elevated to which higher level interrupt? A. 9. B. 11. C. 13. D. 15. The correct answer is 9. To view any currently running Terminate Stay Resident TSRS programs, you could type: A. memory. B. MEM. C. SysM. D. MayMaker. The correct answer is MEM. Which part of the laser printer should not be exposed to sunlight? A. transfer corona assembly. B. PC drum. C. primary corona wire. D. toner cartridge. The correct answer is PC drum. After doing a low-level format, what would be the next step in configuring the hard drive in a system? A. format DOS partition. B. install operating system. C. configure DMA channel and backup interrupt. D. partition head disk. The correct answer is format DOS partition. Resistance is measured in: A. volts. B. amps. C. watts. D. ohms. The correct answer is ohms. What command is used to reset a modem when using the AT command set? A. ATR. B. ATZ. C. DTR. D. DCE. The correct answer is ATZ. When installing a SCSI CD-ROM drive, you must set the CD-ROM SCSI adapter to: A. B0007. B. an unused SCSI address. C. the same address as the SCSI device before the CD-ROM. D. SCSI ID is equal to 1. The correct answer is an unused SCSI address. Pick the correct choice for the 80386 SCSI. A. 16-bit word size 16-bit data path. B. 32-bit word size 16-bit data path. C. 8-bit word size 32-bit data path. D. 32-bit word size 8-bit data path. The correct answer is 32-bit word size 16-bit data path. In inkjet technology, the droplets of ink are deflected by: A. multi-directional nozzles. B. electronically charged plates. C. high-pressure plates. D. electrostatic absorption. The correct answer is multi-directional nozzles. When your hard drive crashes from any of the correct selections in the question above, or from dropping it, it is known as head-to-disk interference, or HDL. A. True. B. False. C. D. The correct answer is true. What tool is used to test serial and parallel ports? A. High-volt probe. B. Cable scanner. C. Loopbacks wrap plugs. D. Sniffer. The correct answer is loopbacks wrap plugs. ESD would cause the most damage to which component? A. Power supply. B. Expansion board. C. Monitor. D. Keyboard. The correct answer is expansion board. What is the highest binary number that can be referred to on a 3-position jumper block? A. 4. B. 6. C. F. D. 1. The correct answer is 1. What voltage does a Pentium system use? A. Plus 12 volts. B. Plus 5 volts. C. Plus 8 volts. D. Plus 3.3 volts. The correct answer is plus 3.3 volts. A numeric error code check, A17XX, indicates a problem with A. CMOS. B. ROM BIOS. C. DMA controller. D. hard drive or controller. The correct answer is hard drive or controller. Which provides the fastest access to large video files? A. Optical drives. B. IDE hard drives. C. SCSI hard drives. D. IDE hard drives. The correct answer is SCSI hard drives. A 25-pin female connector on the back of your computer will typically be A. Serial port 1. B. A parallel port. C. Docking. D. COM2 port. The correct answer is a parallel port. You were installing an application in Windows 95, and the computer crashes. What do you do? A. Press Alt plus Ctrl plus Delete twice. B. Press Alt plus Ctrl plus Delete and end task. C. Press the reset button on the computer. D. Turn off computer and boot from a floppy disk. The correct answer is turn off computer and boot from a floppy disk. Rupees 232 is a standard that applies to A. Serial ports. B. Parallel ports. C. Game ports. D. Networks. The correct answer is serial ports. You just installed a new IDE hard drive, but your system BIOS will not recognize the new drive. What should you check first? A. Cable sequence. B. Jumpers on the hard drive. C. Drivers that need to be loaded. D. Hard drive manufacturer website information. The correct answer is jumpers on the hard drive. During boot up, the memory test. A. is a superfluous step that should be ignored. B. checks and verifies that contiguous memory is installed. C. is an operational error. D. displays what memory is installed but nothing else. The correct answer is checks and verifies that contiguous memory is installed. What is the best ground for a conductive workbench? A. AC outlet. B. Ground to bend. C. to another device. D. Chassis ground. The correct answer is AC outlet. Topically, how many Type 3 PC cards can you insert in a laptop? A1, B2, C3, D4. The correct answer is 1. What is the first thing you could do to check for damage to a printer after receiving it? A. Run MSD diagnostics. B. Attach it to a PC and print something. C. Check the cables. D. Unbox it and examine it for physical damage. The correct answer is unbox it and examine it for physical damage. You have a system that periodically locks up. You have ruled out software, and now suspect that it is hardware. What should you do first that could help you narrow it down to the component at fault? A. Rotate the ROM. B. Replace the ROM. C. Replace the level 2 cache SIM. D. Disable the CPU cache in CMOS. The correct answer is disable the CPU cache in CMOS.